we've got to do something from a meaningful use perspective, from a security perspective, because we're installing this big risk surface.
Are you referring
Yeah.
to the New York law that's
Yeah.
starting to move through? I would love
Yeah.
to talk about that. Let's keep in mind that meaningful use is not spoken about with endearing terms when you're walking
Agreed.
through the halls of healthcare. Let's start with why is that and what do we need to avoid if the federal government decides to take up what New York is leading on and do
Mhm.
this on a federal level? Like what did we do wrong with meaningful use V1?
I think the biggest mistake that the federal government made, and Lord knows they make a lot of them, was the same kind of mistake every IT person has made at some point in their career. It felt like the federal government did meaningful use to us instead of doing it with us. That's what it felt like to me. I was a level down from that. Drex was the CIO, I was the CTO at the time all this stuff happened. But that's what it felt like, one. And so I think that there's a lot of shit from that. And two, we were making people do stuff that they didn't want to do. Doctors didn't want to move to a digital environment, or they would have done it already. There's probably a lot of animus built up just because that program forced people to do things they otherwise might have chosen not to do. So I think that's why there's a lot of people think, oh, that was a big waste of money. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I think it's more the forced people to do things they didn't necessarily want to do.